Hi everyone, I'm Becky Schieffer, Executive Director and founder of Life in the Wildlands. And today I am at Trapper Creek Job Corps for a site visit. I'm going to get a tour of the facility and find out more about the Trapper Creek Job Corps program. So come on.
Hello, I'm Gary Mitchell. I'm the liaison specialist at Trapper Creek Job Corps. And here on the center, we got 55 acres of Forest Service land. We're a Forest Service Job Corps. And back in the 1930s, this was called Trapper Creek Camp, and it was a civilian conservation corps. And it was that way until 1966 when we first became a Job Corps. For students with a low income that are from ages 16 to 25, gives them an opportunity to get free education. So if they have a high school diploma, or if they don't, they can come in and earn a high school equivalency. And also they can choose one of the 9 trades that we have on center. We have 3 union trades. We have the union carpentry, union masonry, and union painting. And then the rest are Forest Service employees, which are culinary arts. We have facility maintenance. And we have a forestry conservation and firefighting trade, which also comes with an advanced fire trade. This is year 2 on that. And then we have electrical, and I believe that's all of them. Let's say they come in without a high school diploma and they earned it with us. They'll get about like $500, $1,500 as a kind of stipend to help them in their success, help them with when they leave the program. If they come with a high school diploma, then it's like about $800. But of course, with taxes, it's a little less. But basically, it's a little bit of assistance to help them. Opportunity, because it's the Forest Service Job Corps, they could choose to do firefighting, and it doesn't matter what trade they're in. They could be a welder and still do the firefighting trade. We call the students militia, fire militia, for those that are non-fire trade. But let's say they don't want to do fire, they can also do camp crew, and so they can earn a lot of money. And that definitely helps with that first and last month rent, or have that money to be able to put, down on a vehicle. So really helps them a lot if they get involved in fire. So here we got the union painting trade, and each trade has mock-ups. So the students have an opportunity to work on it before they get to an on-site area, and may not have the skills or the understanding of what they need to do. So with these mock-ups, if they mess up the first time, they can keep trying again, but it just definitely teaches them to hone in on their skills. On this side we have our advanced side. So when the students get to a certain percentage, they start working on more welding over here. This refine their skills and get ready for the working world. So down this hall, we have our former graduates. So like we put up on here, picture your success. So since 2018, we've been putting up all the students who graduate each month from the program. All right, so now for the more artistic side of the students, we have They could do artwork, whether it's like painting, drawing. We have ceramics. We have, I'd say, over hundreds of molds down in the basement. And over here, you can see some of the artwork that students are working on. And, you know, what better way to make some gifts for Christmas for your family when they go home for their break. And then here we have, each area has an art room, or like a leader. So here we would have the art room leader who would check out items. In there, they could do bead making, they could do leather work, they could, you know, check out painting materials, so they could paint something, they could draw something. So there's plenty to do. All right, so here on center, we have some really cool opportunities. You know, we have a great gym. The students can play basketball. And for the adventurous types, we have our rock wall. And even like Anaconda Job Corps and Kicking Horse, when it was open, they would bring students down so they can have an opportunity to climb our rock wall. All right, so another great opportunity for students to get a good workout in. We have our new facility, and it's incredible weight room. Now, here on center, I would say probably this is the students' favorite area in the evening and weekends. They got the pool hall. And like I said, each area has a leader that runs the facility. So, you know, us staff members depend on the student leaders to, you know, make sure students do things correctly. Foosball table, we got air hockey table, which we just recently purchased, and also ping pong in the background. Oh, and we also have cornhole for some of those students as well. This is the culinary arts trade. Upstairs, they work on a lot of their, you know, just kind of like one-on-one training, like, you know, if they work on soup, they can also work on their knife skills. And on the other side here, they got their study area where they work on woodwork. So each of them have to have the serve safe so they can be certified to work in a kitchen. So they lead with the knife skills and the serve safe training.
So I'm Will Hall. I'm the Job Corps AFMO here on the Bitterroot National Forest, working out of Trapper Creek Job Corps here in southwestern Montana, Darwin, Montana. The students we train are the ones we interact with. Can go the wide variety of jobs. They can come from a diverse background, and then also have, by coming to these programs, they have those opportunities to work and gain those skills in different trades. While they're here, fire is one of those additional skills they can learn. They have the opportunity while they're here to gain funding to help them transition out of this education into that side. And so the folks, myself and the folks that work underneath me, from the GS3 level all the way up to the GS8 level and crew foremans, interact with those students and take them out on assignments. So kind of like I said, so we have from the GS3 kind of entry level, we have temporary or seasonal positions, which are just for the fire season up to 6 months, or we have permanents. So permanents can be 13-13, so working half the year, 18 and 8, about 3/4 of the year, or permanent full time. Those entry level positions, we also have wildfire apprentices. So there's training that goes along with those positions that's guaranteed that they're going to get that diverse experience, that transition into a permanent career in fire, or whatever their interest may be when they transition out of here. Could be here on the Bitterroot, or it could be within Region 1, which is Idaho, Montana, North and South Dakota, or any of the other surrounding regions, or other agencies. So it could be within the Forest Service or Department of Interior, so BLM, National Park Service. Fire is kind of that. It's that opportunity, but it doesn't have to be your main job, and you can still assist to go out and do that, whether it's out helping on scrap fires, going on assignments, depending on folks' interest and skill level.
My name is Chandler Santiago. I'm from Culinary, Texas. I've only been here about a month and a half. This is like week 2 for me in the NR program. Originally, I wanted to do wildlife biology and conservation when I was finished here. After last week, though, I've been looking into getting onto a hotshot crew and maybe apply to be a smoke jumper at some point in the future. So there's a lot of opportunities and things for me to think about while I'm here. It's one of my favorite things about being here. It's been awesome. The staff is great. Everyone's super helpful. I didn't know how to do half the things I know how to do now, and it's crazy. It's really hard to explain because there's so many ways that it could help me. Like, I can pour cement now, I can rehandle tools, chop firewood, learning how to fight fires. There's just a lot of things that I can do. So far, my first week in the natural resources program, we worked with the Missoula smoke jumpers and we did some tree climbing, and that was like by far the best thing that's happened in like the past month and a half here. We were up in those trees and it was just insane. Like, there was so much scenery, things I never thought about. I conquered my fear of heights and learned like so much from those guys, and it was just great.
Of the 116 Job Corps that are out there, there's 24 of them that are managed by the Forest Service with a conservation mission. Those 24 centers, most of the time they'll have a similar position as mine of an AFMO to help with the interactions between them and the local forest. All of those advanced trades, for a student to qualify for an advanced trade, they have to come from a basic trade, graduate, finish that trade, and then go apply for an advanced trade. Like I said, we have advanced fire, there's advanced fire dispatch, there's a fuels one and a wildland fire engine one that they're going to be kicking off next year. And those are a 1-year trade for the most part. Some of them are 9 months, 8 months, but up to a year, but only a year max for those advanced trades. But the other trades that are out there as well too. So like electrical, there's advanced lineman school. Culinary arts, there's advanced kind of on the kitchen side of stuff, or focusing on baking or that. So there's the full variety between all of not just the CCC job corps, but all job corps. Most of them have an advanced trade of some sort, but students have to have graduated that basic trade. But if students want to come to Job Corps, most of the time they're going to apply for, they'll show an interest, like they want to do natural resources. That'll dictate where in the country they go. So they could come from Texas and end up here in Montana because the trade that they're interested in shifted them to here. Some of it's also the timeline. All those advanced trades, if they're interested, some depends on the timeline when they're going to graduate, on what advanced trades might be open at that time. For like advanced fire, we have Shank Job Corps, which is in North Carolina. They accept their advanced students in August. Ourselves in Colburn, which is in northern Colorado, our timeline is we bring our students on in March. So some of those dictates where those students' opportunities might be going forward. So kind of that full variety.
Got up to 2 years. Now, if a student chooses to go into advanced training, the faster they get through the program, the more time they'll be able to have to go into an advanced training program. And so we have over 120 job corps throughout the United States. Majority of them are contracted centers. We had 24 Forest Service job corps. And so a lot of them offer an advanced training program. So whatever trade they choose, they can choose to go on to that advanced training program, such as like what we have, advanced fire. But there's several opportunities, like culinary arts. They can go to like Treasure Island or Penobscot, New York. They can go on to do like cruise ship, work as a cook on a cruise ship. So it's really, really neat. So there's great opportunities in advanced training.